Dear students, good evening. Uh, uh, so we are in the second subject like PC-based instrumentation, right? PC-based instrumentation. Yes, PC-based instrumentation, right? So in the last class we discussed about the different functions and programming with the PLCs, right? So the chapter 2, the all are there. The chapter whatever the topics we are not covered, we'll see later, right? And this time I'm interesting about SCADA. So the chapter 4, we'll see later. Is there any topics are pending in the chapter 2 and 3 or somewhere, whatever we are lefting, we'll discuss later, right? Don't bother about this. And so for the chapter 4, in the chapter 4, there is a heading SCADA basics. SCADA basics. So in the SCADA, what is SCADA? What is SCADA? Right? And what are the control loops available? And what is the history? And what is the hardware and software? Uh, what are the modems we are using in the SCADA? And the LANs we are using the SCADA. So these basics we have to know, right? These basics we have to know, right? So that's about the SCADA. It's very easy and very simple to understand this, right? You will see right now. Now we will see this. Yes. What is SCADA? What is SCADA? See. So SCADA is nothing but is acronym. You can say like this: supervisory control and data acquisition. Data acquisition. What it means? What it means? It means that a collection of equipment that will provide an operator at remote location with enough information to determine the status of a particular piece of equipment or entire substation and cause actions to take place regarding the equipment or network. Of course, you cannot understand with this definition, but I will tell you in easy manner. In easy manner. So SCADA system, simply a SCADA is nothing but, see, these are objective. These are objective. You can understand the meaning of this SCADA. Simply, simply, the SCADA collects the information from different stations, and that is transferred to the main station. Transferred to main station. So that is the main objective, the main function of the SCADA is supervisory control and data acquisition. Data acquisition means collecting. You have to collect the data. Collect the data. See, there is a word here. SCADA refers to a system that collects. Okay, okay. SCADA refers to a system that collects data from various sensors at a factory or a plant or in any other remote locations. So wherever the sensors available may be in the factory or in the plant or in the remote locations. So what is the function of SCADA? It collects the data, and then sends the same data to a central computer, which then manages and controls the data. It acquires the data and sends to a central computer where it is going to be managed and controls. Okay, this is the main objective of the SCADA. So what is the, in one word, tell me, what is the SCADA? It collects the data from different sensors and transfer to a main section where it is going to be managed and controlled. That means SCADA systems are used not only in industrial process like steel making, power generation, that will be conventional and nuclear, and power distribution, maybe in chemistry, but also in some experimental facilities such as nuclear fusion, like this. So anyway, we can use this SCADA system. The size of such a plant range from few thousand to several 10,000 input or output channels. Several input to 10,000 input and output channels. However, SCADA systems evolve rapidly and are now penetrating the markets of plants with number of high-volt channels. So you can connect number of inputs. How many number? That is your wish. 10,000 inputs. You want 10,000 outputs? We can control. We are able to control all these inputs. We can able to manage all the outputs with the technique of supervisory control and data acquisition. That is called SCADA. See, that is called the rapidity of the SCADA. It is not possible with general control system. Of course, you can control three inputs or 4 inputs, up to say 5 inputs, but you cannot control more than 5, say for example. But see, it is up to above 10,000 inputs, 10,000 outputs, we can control and we can manage. That is the technique of SCADA. So in any the real-time plants, industries, they are monitoring and controlling with the technique of SCADA. Right? So what is how the SCADA will work? So it works by collecting information from plant or from load center and reducing it to the EMS. Where control center, control center, both at plant and load. Why? To gather information as here. What are the information you are gathering? Voltage, current, frequency, power, circuit breaker status, like this. And to perform online actions. SPA, mobile disco. So that is the main purpose of the SCADA. So the SCADA also having some main objectives. Before the SCADA, how it is going to be history? It is the history of the SCADA. So in 1890s, what is there? Remote control and remote indication. Remote control and remote indication. That is a possibility we have. In 1920s, there is a tele-command and control. In 1930s, check before operator, CEO system based on electromechanical technology. In 1960s, what happened? supervisory control systems. That means remote control and stations status indication. 1960s also in turn data acquisition gaining popularity. It's called DA, DAC systems, DAS. SCADA came into beginning. Here in 1960, it is going to begin. 1980s, what happens? Low dispatch center and control that is existed. In 1990s, what happens? Energy control center. In 2000s, what happens? Energy management system. Management system. So this is the evolution of SCADA. History regarding SCADA. And what are the objectives? What are the objectives of this? The objectives are like this. The first one is it is going to monitor. It is monitoring. So continuous monitoring of the parameters of voltage, current, frequency, what are the parameters you need to monitor, you can do it. That is the main objective, monitoring. Next, measurement. Second objective is measurement. Measurement of variables for processing. You can measure the variables. Okay. Next one, data acquisition. Data acquisition means you can acquire the data like frequent acquisition of data from RTUs. Okay. And data loggers. Okay. And phasor data concentrations. So what is RTU? Is a terminal unit. I mean, అంటే చివర్లు ఎక్కడెక్కడ చాలా రిమోట్ లొకేషన్స్ లో ఉంటాయి టెర్మినల్ యూనిట్స్ అట్లాంటి టెర్మినల్ యూనిట్స్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఈజ్ fourth objective is data communication. What is the first one? Monitoring, measurement, data acquisition, data communication. Next one is data communication. So transmission and receiving of large amounts of data from field to control center. That is the other objective. Fifth objective, control. So online real-time control for closed loop and open loop process. Next one is automation. Automatic tasks of switching of transmission lines. CBs means circuit breakers. It is going to be done automatically. It is the main objective. 6 objectives we are listed here. Next, benefits. What are the benefits? The important benefits of this are continuous monitoring of the process, real-time control, automation and protection, remote control and operation. So we can do all these. We can acquire all these with the SCADA system. And what are the functions? The functions are, again we are repeating the same one. The functions are data acquisition, information display. We can display information also. Supervising control. We can control all the control systems, all the inputs, all the outputs. Alarm processing. There is a possibility alarm processing. We can process the status of the alarm. Information storage can store the data and reports the data. You can send the reports somewhere. Sequence of event acquisition. So you are acquiring pressure. Then you can acquire force. Then you can acquire voltage values. Then you can acquire current values like this. So there is sequence of event acquisition. Data calculations. You can do some calculations and special terminal units processing and control. So the SCADA is used in process control. Process control instrumentation. There you can also use this SCADA. So SCADA applications are the process or systems that needs to be monitored and controlled, and a network of intelligence devices that interface through sensors and control output. We can apply this. What are the SCADA systems widely used for control the domain? Where these SCADA systems are used for controlling purpose means in different domains, in different areas. We can use this SCADA. For example, the first one is electric power generations, and power transmission systems, and power distributions. For example, EP, AP, DCL. What is AP, DCL? AP means Andhra Pradesh. EP, electrical power. DC, distribution corporation. Okay, that is the meaning of this. AP, this distribution, sometimes transmission. AP Transco, AP Genco, power generation. So everywhere you can use this SCADA systems. For example, electrical utilities to detect current flow, line voltages, monitor the operation of circuit breakers, sections of power grid, online and offline. You can see all electrical appliances. And water and sewages. For example, state and municipal water utilities. You can use SCADA. Regulate the water flow. We are supplying the water throughout the Rajahmundry. How it is going to use? You can use SCADA system. Reservoir levels, water levels you can check. Pipe pressures, whether the water is flowing with suitable pressure or not, you can check it. Other factors, any leakages, you can check it. Okay. Then buildings. You can use buildings, facilities, and environments. Facilities managers use SCADA to control HVAC, high voltage AC, refrigeration units, and lighting and HVAC systems. And also manufacturing. Kristi bathroom only. Manufacturing. The SCADA is also used in manufacturing. SCADA systems manage parts, inventories for just-in-time manufacturing, regulate industrial automation and robots, and monitor process and quality control. In the manufacturing units also, you can use SCADA system. And mass transit. What is this? Transit authorities use SCADA to regulate electricity to subways, trams and trolleys, buses, to automate traffic signals for rail systems, to track and locate trains and buses, and to control railroad crossing gates. Anywhere, that means anywhere you can use this SCADA. And traffic signals. SCADA regulates traffic lights, control traffic flow, and detects out of order signals. So there are a number of applications. Any domain, ఇక్కడ లేదు అనేది లేదు, ఏ ఏరియాలోనా ఎక్కడైనా SCADA వాడుకోవచ్చు. That is the importance of this. Okay, what are the SCADA functions? What are the major functions of the SCADA? So see that the main functions are data acquisition, collect చేయడము, communicate చేయడము, present చేయడము, control చేయడము. Data acquisition, network data communication, data presentation, and control. So who can do all these? We need some devices. So all these functions are performed by 4 kinds of SCADA components. So what are the components we have? The first component is sensors and relays. Sensors means digital or analog. Relays means that directly interface with the managed system. So other components are remote telemetry units, RTU. remote telemetry unit, remote terminal units also. You can also pronounce remote terminal units. Unmanned areas, మనుషులు పోలేని ప్రదేశాల్లో కూడా ఇవి ఉపయోగించుకోవచ్చు. రిమోట్ టెర్మినల్ యూనిట్స్ ఆర్టీయూస్ మనకు కావాలన్నమాట. These are all small computerized units deployed in the field at specific sites and locations. They are deployed, these units where the unmanned areas. RTUs serve as local connection points for gathering reports from sensors and delivering commands to control relays. అండమాన్ నికోబార్ ఉంది, నికోబార్ ఉంది. ఆ అడవుల్లో ఎట్లా ఉన్నాయి, ఆ చెట్లు ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, అక్కడ జంతువులు ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, లేకపోతే పక్షులు ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, మనకి ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది? Use a SCADA system to deploy some sensors remotely and get the information through the sensors and RTUs to your main control section. Okay, that's advantage with this. You can do some project on this. Next, SCADA master units. These are larger computer consoles that serves as central process for the SCADA system. Master units provide a human interface to the system and automatically regulate the managed system in response to sensor input. Lastly, communications networks. We need network system. We need some network. What network we have to select, that depends upon the designer. Okay, network that connects the SCADA master unit to RTUs in the field. So there should be some mechanically linkages or wireless or without wire. What network you want to make for retrieving the data from remote terminal units to the main station. That's called communication network. You can use landline, you can use remote network, wireless, through satellites, or through other communication links. So what communication network you have to use, your wish, but you have to retrieve the sensors data from RTU to the main station. This is all the supporting information regarding this. So what is the hardware we have to use? What is the hardware? SCADA hardware. The SCADA hardware is like this. In the field level, you can use analog and digital sensors. For communication purpose, you can use wire communication, fiber optic communication, radio communication, telephone lines, microwaves, any possibilities, protocols, satellites, or any error detecting techniques we can use. Okay. Next, for master stations, you can use any RTUs. Okay, like this. For information technology, you can use IT, the technology, commercial technology, or data processing department, like this. Okay, this is that. So what are hardware functions? It functions the same: data collection, data transfer, data processing, information display, control actions. All this will be done by hardware. Okay, all these are right. So you know the hardware instruments, hardware devices. The hardware device, one of the devices is RTU hardware. In the RTU hardware, what is there? In the RTU consists of set of inputs, outputs, memory, and commands. There are further classified as like this. So in the inputs, analog inputs, control inputs, counter inputs, digital inputs. In the outputs, analog outputs, digital outputs. Memory means it may be static and dynamic memory, control process, and associative memory. So in the communications, so So the RTU itself inbuilt a communication link that is called communication interface, power supply, RTU rack and enclosure. RTU rack and enclosure. So these all comes under all these RTUs. So the memory means it will be exist against CPU, volatile memory, non-volatile memory, I/O interfaces, dual input, dual outputs, analog inputs, analog outputs, real-time clock, isn't it? Communications, security purpose, all this will be inbuilt in an RTU. You can use some software functions also. Apart from this hardware, the RTU includes some RTU also includes some software functions. Software functions. Okay, like this. So nowadays we have different RTU standards. RTU standards means see like this. Some RTU standards are DNPS, DNP, and IEC 870 for communication purpose. IEC 1131-3 for programming purpose. So these are the IC numbers for RTUs. IC numbers. Directly you can buy them in the market. Directly you can buy this the ICs in the market. You can use in your SCADA system as RTU. As RTU. So like this. Features. What are features of SCADA? What are the features of the SCADA? So there is a difference between a PLC and RTU. PLC simply it is programmable logic controller. It is a small industrial computer which is originally replaced relay logic. Okay, but in this SCADA it is very much important. Yeah, see, RTUs have always been used in situations where communications are more difficult, and this RTU strength was ability to handle difficult communication. RTUs generally had pure programmability in comparison to PLCs. So the SCADA is better than this PLC. Of course, here the RTUs compared to RTU, the PLCs are better. Okay, and what are the features of SCADA? What are the features? The features are alarm handling. So this is the future compared to other techniques. The first one is alarm handling, trend curves patterns, data access and retrieval, computer networking and processing. So these are all the main features of the SCADA. Okay, and applications. As you know, just now we have understand that applications. You know, power generation, transmission, distribution applications, water, wastewater, utilities and sewages, buildings, facilities and environments, oil and gas, transmissions and distributions, wind power generations, wind power generations, communication networks, industrial plants, process controls, manufacturing, mass transit, railways, road appliances, traffic signals, anywhere you can use this SCADA. You can use this SCADA. Okay. Okay. Now I am going to stop the class here.